Here's just a couple more problems that I want you to find the derivatives to. First, think to yourself, is it possible to use our new power rule to do this? And then do it. So you can pause and do them. One thing I'll say maybe before you pause is you definitely cannot do this. Can't just ignore the fact that this is a fraction, just do each of them separately. So do not do that. Your derivatives, when you start, are all going to have to look just like this, the derivative of x to a power. So think about that, do it, and then restart the video. So here's how you do the first one. Since we know we have to have it to be exactly x to a power before we start, we're going to use just rules of exponents. The rules of exponents become very important in differentiation. So this is x cubed over x to the 1/2. And then you just subtract the exponents. 3 minus 1/2 is 6/2 minus 1/2, which is 5/2. So we just did the rewrite part, which allows us now to differentiate. This is the calculus part. The easy part, 5/2 x to the 3/2. And then we have to do the simplification part. Now, this is simplified. It's not a negative exponent. If you want, and you do not have to, you can write this in radical form. So this would be the square root of x cubed. I tend to leave it like this just because I don't want the extra step. So the next one is, make sure you pause and do this one. Hopefully, if you're watching what I'm doing now, you've already done this. We want to subtract those exponents first. So we have a 7/4 minus 5/3, which is going to be common denominator of also 21/12 minus 20/12. So this function rewritten is just x to the 1/12. So the derivative is 1/12 x to the negative 11/12. This one does require simplification because we have a negative exponent. So this is 1 over 12x to the positive 11/12. And that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask that you do a bunch of these problems before we go to live version, because when we get to the live version, we're going to learn a couple more rules that will just allow us to differentiate more functions. So we'll see you then. Have fun practicing.